悪いな、クリムジョ。
What's up, guys? Welcome back. The AK Mindset, the squad, the gang. Hope you have not missed us. We've missed you. And as you've seen, you probably heard or viewed the previous episode where we explained why we've been away. But this episode will be having further discussions of, general anime stuff, what we've been watching, what we've been interested in, any news, basically anything, just a vibes and good time. And today, the usual, the squad, talk to them.
Yo, we back. Episode 24. It's gonna be a fun one. Just talking, man. We've just been talking and vibing. I'm excited, man. There's so many anime stories out there, so many news, so many things. So it's good to be back.
Yeah, what's going on, people? We're back again. Episode 24. Just gonna be talking all over the place. So we hope you enjoy.
Yeah, man. I don't know how you guys wanted to start, but I'm definitely interested in, even though we probably haven't had the time we wanted to engage in anime as we usually do, but what's been on the palette, what's been on the plate, what have you guys been feasting on or dabbling into the last in the summer season and maybe a tiny bit before that?
Mine's simple. I can't lie to you. Like I said, you've heard already from the last episode probably, but this summer's been busy, so I didn't read no manga, which is weird. Not watching anime is kind of normal for me because I'll take a break and just binge, but not reading manga. That's when I knew I was busy. I was adulting. I was working. That's when I knew it was different. Looking back, I can't lie to you. So to be fair, but recently I've been watching literally just one anime, Summertime Rendering, as requested by the
great choice
recommendation king Daniel recommended it to me, so I had to do it, man. I had to do it. It's been good. It has been freaking amazing, bro. No, what Daniel says, it does, the dying coming back to get life again better than ReZero. Was like, what? Better than ReZero? I was like, I'm gonna see how truthful that statement is, and it's just been pure enjoyment. I can't lie to you. I've loved this anime. There's a lot of things I wanted to watch and read, but I think for mangas, like Jujutsu Kaisen or My Hero, I just wanted to build up a little bit so I can just enjoy binge reading, which is just a great time. And even the Marvel stuff, I can't even lie, I haven't been watching that much. I watched Thor, Love and Thunder. My heart broke into a million pieces.
I heard it's dead. I heard it was bad. I'm happy I didn't waste my money because I was even gonna try watch it on Disney Plus, but the reviews I heard said I'm not touching.
That's why I watched it.
Not touching that. So you both watched it?
No, I don't waste my time.
Hey, how did you know that was gonna be dead?
Because it was the same director as last time. I don't rate.
Last one was not bad though.
Last one was my favorite.
It's had too
Ragnarok
much comedy.
was lit.
It's called Ragnarok. Why am I laughing? There's no laughter in
was
Ragnarok,
lit.
man. It's the end of the world. There's no time for laughter.
It's the time. I want despair.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And I don't want to cry, so I want to laugh.
No, man, Ragnarok is one of my favorites. I can't lie. It's top 5 Marvel movies for me. It was my kind of comedy, my kind of thing, and it took himself seriously a little bit as well. There was danger, stuff like that. So many people don't think it did, but I just loved it. It was just, I can watch that movie so many times. The rewatchability for that movie is amazing for me. But Love and Thunder? How am I not liking the main character, Thor? Okay, how am I not liking him? It's weird. Thor is the guy. It was one of my least favorite characters.
So what did they actually do to his character? Character-wise, what changed? Was he just on a different? So it was more just all pure comedy.
So you remember what the bits of Ragnarok, the joking and trying to hide his face, I'm this and that. That's literally, they took that, times it by 2, and that's it.
Wow.
Tell me, okay, this is spoilers if you guys want to watch it, just cover your ears now, but I don't think this man gonna watch it. But imagine your love of your life, okay? You haven't seen her in many years. You finally see her, and you find out she has a terminal disease. And you're still making jokes, bro.
That's wild.
you're still making jokes. Even, and especially if you've read like the comics or you know about the comics, so you know about the stories, which
Yeah,
I
of course.
do. Like the villain, which was to be fair, in some bits the best bit of the movie, but the villain, even then, bro, like I don't know. Our head was like because of Sony, because they didn't. Sony has some of the rights to some of the things in the movie, so they couldn't do like because what he was supposed to have is Necro Sword, like the one of the symbiotes and the god of symbiotes. That's what he was supposed to have, but I think that's more Sony's ownership, so they can use it. But still, it was still like a great part of the movie. But even then, it's like the reasoning and stuff like that. It's like this is not what happened in the comics, bro. Just this character was supposed to be one of like the good villains of the MCU, and it was just disappointing, man. That's was
sad,
disappointing.
man.
Even all the characters you liked before, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
There's so much to explore with that character, just didn't explore it. Then there's something to do with his powers. Like Thor's powers has just become more confusing than ever. I can't lie to you. Then how can you have Zeus in that movie? And I'm disappointed in what character he is.
That's wild.
Zeus in the comics was a badass, bro. That man was dangerous. Man got one-shotted in the movie. I'm like, okay, okay. Even Jane as Thor didn't even explore it properly, and it was just a meh. It wasn't bad, like you can watch it, but it's just compared to like I expected it to be like one of the good movies of the MCU, like compared to like Black Panther, like Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War doesn't hold a candle to that, bro. And it just cemented Thor as like the character that has like the worst movies. The worst movies, man. You can't compare it to Iron Man. Can't compare it to Captain America. He just has the worst movie. He has one good movie, and that's Ragnarok. And some people don't even like that. So, Thor is a character, but thankfully, I think what's his name, Taika Waititi is not doing the 5th movie, so
Good.
It might be better. But he could tell he was like, I want to have fun with this movie.
Yeah, it looks. I heard that the original cut before they did the editing was stupidly long and unwatchable, and like just basically, showcased that the person who was in charge was on true vibes and was like, because this is funny, let's just do it. Because this is like this, let's just do it. So, like, I think it's understandable why it's like that.
They cut it down, but I feel like they cut the deep and like interesting parts down and left the comedy in. Like I've seen like some like I don't know if it's like bits they cut out. I was like, if you did this instead, it would make a lot of sense. Why is that cut out? So I think we just cut like the serious parts that they thought was boring, but actually added story to the movie and just left with the comedy part and like screaming goats. It was weird. I didn't like it. So that's the bad thing I watched about summertime rendering, bro. Amazing.
It's elite. It's
amazing.
Elite.
The amount of time I was shocked in that whole series. I haven't caught up yet fully, but
I wouldn't say too much because
I think where I left off is when they finished like in I think it was the gymnasium where the girl took out all the air and exploded. Yeah, that's where I am now.
Yeah, that's way better than ReZero. Way better than that. Maybe I'm agenda driven, but
forget agenda, bro.
Who's Subaru? Who's Subaru? Like who's this? Who's Subaru? Who's this you? I don't rate him. I'll
forever love ReZero, man. That's literally one of the first 5 animes I watched when I was getting into it. When I came out of the big 3 cycle, when I was exploring, ReZero was one of them. So I will respect that anime.
It's about Shinpei. He's even Ghanaian. Did you hear that? Shinpei. He's Ghanaian, my friend. He's elite.
This gonna hit brother, bro. But it's good, man. That was a great anime.
Okay, well, I'll talk about some of the stuff I've been watching. Summertime Rendering, like I recommended Ed. A very fun show. Liked, like Ed was saying, I think personally I feel like it does the whole rewind in time and trying again. It has more tension than when that occurs in ReZero, since I feel he gets a second chance, but it's not exactly the same as when it happens in ReZero. But I finished it yesterday. I think it ended well, and I have no complaints. I also was watching Made in Abyss, the second season. Great season, contender for the best anime.
Wow.
Traumatizing, very horrific, but great. It's a great show, but if you don't have like if you're, it's not for the faint-hearted. I'll say that. And then what else was I watching? I'll just say two more. Lycoris Recoil.
Elite.
It's a good show. It's a good show. Especially since it's original. I think it was the biggest surprise for me that I watched. And RWBY, that was a very bad surprise. That was garbage, man.
I dropped that, man. I dropped it.
It was garbage. I was
Waste of time.
I was watching that on 2x speed for like. It was just boring, and they tried to tell me it's a side story, but I'm like, I don't really care. Like, it was still boring. It wasn't fun. Yeah. I think the actual original RWBY is cool, but that Ice Queendom, nah man, it wasn't it, man. I don't know what they were cooking with that one, but yeah.
Is it really based on the game?
It's like
based on the
original.
game.
It's like an original series made by Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. I think I'll ask one of my friends, Rexy. She is the RWBY fan #1. So, but the thing with the original one, I can't watch it because of the animation for some reason.
It's actually it's once you get past the CGI, I think it's really good. I can't lie, the choreography and stuff.
I think what happens, like I was watching it, I got to I think season 2. They're like, I took a break from it and came back, and it was hard to get into CGI again. So since then I haven't watched it, and she's been like hating me and wants me to watch it. I was like, give it time. But when the anime came out, and she was like, finally, there's a chance for you to watch something really. So she sent it to me. I was like, okay. So it was on my list. Now you guys said it's garbage, I'm not even gonna try. And she's gonna hate me for it. But
nah, I said, don't waste your time, man. Please.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man.
It's not good.
I'm not even gonna try.
Struggled with that.
And then things I was reading. Let me see. I read this series called Skip Beat. Very cool series about acting and then the TV industry, movie industry, and then getting over, moving past hate. I liked that. And then I also read. What else did I read? I was reading Weak Hero. That was alright. And I started Planetes, but it's been slow. It's about people. I think like space travel's kind of advanced to the point where people are capable of like living in space, and they're looking to move further deep into, like, they're trying to go to Jupiter on another mission, and it's just following one of the people who's at the space station as he's trying to train to go on this mission so he can like boost his status as one of these people who's working in space rather than living on Earth. But I only got like 6 chapters in, so that's where I'm at right now.
No, that sounds good. I think I've read a bit of that. Didn't finish it, but I definitely started the Planetary series. It's definitely a 6 series still. Like, enjoyable. It's unique.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's just like I've just been slow with the reading.
I feel like it's a slow read though, because I don't know why it's not. When I was reading it, I couldn't actually speed through. You know, some manga can just speed through and out of quarter, but I had to take my time with that one.
Because it's long chapters, like 50 pages.
Yeah, legit.
Okay, what are you reading then, or watching?
Well, obviously watch Summertime Rendering. Shout out to Shinpei, Mio. Shout out to Shide. All of them squad. All of them go hard.
Shouting out Shide, man.
Hey, he's. Look, he has the worst FOMO I've ever seen in my life. In my life, man said he's so fearful of missing out on seeing things. He wants to extend his life. That's the that's such a unique. That's so unique. Like I've never heard that one. I've never actually heard that one. Bruh, it's actually a madness, but he's been entertaining. Even though he's a waste man, but he's been entertaining. He's made that see, he's like somebody that you have to really, you know, you really fear. Like he's a antagonist that you really fear, and you every time he's on screen there's a lot of tension, and you know that he's very dangerous in all situations. So that's why I like him a lot. But obviously he's the op, so we don't respect it.
Exactly.
I also watched Call of the Night.
Oh, yeah, I watched that as well.
Aesthetics, elite aesthetics, and kind of interesting depth story-wise with everything he's doing. Like it's very subtle, and it's not something that is like shoved in your face, but like the underlying like subject matter is very serious, and you know, a topic that I kind of rate how they wrote it and how they wrote it into the series. And because at face value, when you look at it, you just think it's going to be one of those generic rom-coms, you know, but it's not, but it also is. It's lighthearted, but it also has depth to it. Very, very interesting, vibrant watch. Like color palette is crazy. The color palette is actually crazy. Every time they do those sky shots and the flying scenes, and you know the view of the city, like it's actually enchanting. It's like stunning. So like I've enjoyed watching that. Ashi, elite football. Even though I think like 3 weeks ago I was watching it, and I got some like bones to pick, because like you see Galactic Football.
Yeah.
You might remember that.
Yeah.
The actual mechanics of how they play football was so ahead of its time. Like Ashi is sick, but obviously the story and everything and the tactics and the characters are like world class. But some of the football scenes, I'm like, bro, this is so dead. And then I think back to watching Galactic Football and how. Pardon?
The animation studio, they didn't really make the scenes as dynamic as they could have. I feel like that's probably the weakest part of the anime, where you could have just got by reading it.
100%. Sometimes they just be looking super stiff, especially in scenes where you're expecting really, you know, intense, dynamic movement to really express, you know, like the character's development on the pitch and the playing speed and stuff like that. It also kind of it goes like both ways. Like obviously, like you said, you look here and say you didn't do that well, but also speaks to how well it's written and how good the characters is, that I will go to it every week and still watch it because like it's elite. Reading wise, I think I haven't, apart from the usual like One Piece and stuff that I like to keep up with, I definitely finished Jagan, which had a unique and good and kind of interesting ending that I would hope to make a video about in like the next month and a bit. But I started another vampire series because obviously following Call of the Night, I don't know why these vampire series have been really kind of been interesting to me. So I've been watching Innocent Rogue or reading Innocent Rogue, and that's been really interesting. Yeah, really enjoyable. But legit, that's about it.
Rochelle, going back to One Piece, I forgot to talk about One Piece, I can't lie, but what do you think about the Horizon full of Buggy?
Hey, do you know, it happened so quick, it broke me. It actually broke me. 1 week, I was like, look at my guy, Buggy, elite mentality, been working his way up, grinding. You never saw him coming. I was spitting bars on people. I was like, you guys didn't rate the thing, but I was right. I said that. I legit said that to somebody. I said I was right regarding Buggy. Next week, man said something like, oh, let me lick your boots. Or let me... I was like, Buggy, I repped you for a whole week. I repped you This is political. I couldn't show my face. It was political. Oh my days. The
I
rise
was
and
thinking
fall.
about you the whole time, bruv. I was like,
Rise
oh.
and
I was
fall.
like, first week, I was like, oh, Mijelle's gonna love this, man. Mijelle's gonna love this. Next week, I was like, oh, Mijelle's gonna hate this. Oh,
The rise, it was so swift. Like, Oda didn't even give me 2 weeks for that to marinate with it. Next week it was finished. I was like, fair enough. Never get my hopes up with Buggy again. But still,
It gave you something, though. It gave you something. You were happy for a
It's
week
true.
at least.
true, like visually and aesthetically, like Buggy is, doing bits in the public eye. But people. So that is something. But realistically, the truth is he ain't that guy. He ain't that guy.
He was never that guy.
He was
He
never
was
gonna
never
be
that guy. Alright,
Well,
that
can we
was
talk
pain.
about how someone kidnapped Oda in Wano, and like they just
Oh
released
yeah,
him
100%.
after?
That's
They
crazy.
just released him after Wano, then he's doing heat because like the last 20 chapters of Wano, I can't lie to you, except for like some few good bits, like except from like the Gear Fifth and stuff like that. But I was like, let it end. Then it ended. It's like, oh no, don't let it end. Actually, let's have a few more chapters to explain some shit, please. Because what do you mean, Big Mom and Kaido just gone? Like, where are they? I know it's a manga and anime, but they can't just disappear like that, bro. Where are they? Big Man Kaido. Forget Big Mom, because I have a very bad feeling she's gonna come back again in like Elbaf. But Kaido, where is he? At least that's his dead body, or like arrest him. Which I don't think is going to make sense because it's Kaido, but still, that arc, I like it. I can lie to you, but what I expected it to be, it was not that. I'll be so real, it was not that. But I've post Wano. This one's been hitting 10 out of 10, 5 chapters in a row. How?
He has been wild. It's like the quality
His pen was on
very
fire.
different.
It was like a pen that was run out of ink before, but now it's like on fire. Respect it. Oda's doing his thing. Hopefully the new arc is good. We have Vegapunk finally. We didn't know she was gonna be a baddie, but
Oh my days!
It's not
Oh
actually
my days. When I saw that, what do you say, Daniel?
I said I don't think it's actually him.
no.
Bro, let's
he has
hope
number.
though. Let's hope.
Let's
No.
hope. He has the number.
Because
on it.
that's the person I want to explain in the ins and out of Devil Fruits. That's the person.
It
She's
would
the
make
one.
sense though, man. It would make sense. I expect him to be old. Even as a woman, just let her be old.
Let her be old, but Leng.
Old. I said I want Jennifer Lopez, bro.
Legit, that's what we want. That's what we want. After seeing her, I'm not taking anything less. Oh,
Fuck.
you did. This is your fault. That's what you did.
I can't lie though, this arc is giving me Punk Hazard vibes a little bit, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Punk Hazard
Why not? Why not a good thing?
Punk Hazard was a meh. It was better than Fishman Island, but that arc dragged, bro. That's some of my favorite moments in the anime as well, and manga. Like Law and this crazy thing with Smoker, like, but I don't know. Punk Hazard was a drag. I don't want this to be Punk Hazard again, but we'll see how it goes. Because those kids running around begging for sweets
True.
was a nightmare. I'm so sorry.
True.
But now
You're
they're
not
back.
lying.
So, yeah, but we'll have a One Piece discussion later on, maybe, but let's not take the whole episode with One Piece. But I'm happy where it is right now. Can I lie to you? It's a good place for One Piece fans.
Yeah, I think the recent chapters have shown Oda's back to form. I don't know what was. I think at the end of Wano, it was a bit scuffed, to say the least.
A bit.
Yeah, I feel for me personally, I think after it was okay until when we got to Gear 5, and then it kind of I just got tired. It wasn't really, and then like the conclusion, it didn't really feel like it was I guess it didn't really live up to the levels of what a conclusion, like a concluding punch would be, but it is what it is. The recent chapters are showing us all the things that people have wanted to see, even though he's adding some questions in, but we're getting some answers, so I'm happy. But we'll just hope that they can continue on.